Summertime in SoCal is awesome, but when it comes to home ownership, it does present some challenges. For example, seems like the previous owner had grass over here and they did some rock landscaping, but all the drip lines weren't buried and they just put the rocks on top of the drip lines. I'm constantly having to deal with repairing drip lines that start leaking. So here's one. That's what I'm doing for my Labor Day weekend, is fixing broken drip lines. And here we find problem number 2. You can't see it right now, but there's water springing everywhere from one of these drip lines. So I'm figure one of these has a hole in it, and either that or the dripper on the drip line popped off. One of these, so I gotta check that. So that's again, that's problem number 2. And the big one, water started leaking from down there underneath the cement. Well, it's one of these drip lines here comes on this side over here under the bushes, provides water for them, and then goes up and provides water for those trees up there. So the one that drip line that provides water for the plants up there and the trees runs under here, and it broke underneath the cement and started leaking water. So I have two options. I could attempt to fix it under here, or I could cut the drip line here, run a drip line tube across and connect it over here. It's either going to be on that side or on this side. I have to dig for it to see where it's at. The only way to repair this is to get my hands under there, and it's about, I think it's got to be at least 2 feet in here is where the drip line actually is. So normally I would repair a drip line that's leaking with one of these, a coupler. They're cheap. They're like, I don't even think they cost $1. And this, I'm gonna have to use this to cut the tubing. So I'm gonna have to do it blind. So the chances of this working are very slim. I mean, if I get this done, I'm like super awesome if I actually pull this off. Otherwise, like I said, I'm gonna have to connect a tubing from there, find out which one of those is the one that comes down here, and then connect it up here, which is gonna be a lot more work, but you know, it'll get us working again. Okay, we'll see how this goes. I'm gonna get my hands under there, see where the drip is coming from, cut the tubing, and install the coupler, all by just feel. I'm not going to be able to see what I'm doing. I'm just going to feel around and hopefully I get it right and stop the leak. First thing I have to do is create a bigger hole, and it looks like I'm going to have to get in prone position on my belly and move this out of the way. Like I said, I need a hole much bigger than that. Brought some additional help for that. I can actually run the drip lines from a phone app. So right now I'm going to run this station. There are 2 drip line tubes down there. I got to figure out which one it is, and it's either going to be the one on the left or the one on the right. It looks like it's the one on the right. And I feel it. Okay, it's a big hole. I can actually feel where the tear is. I ended up having to cut the grass, and it got late. Now it's getting dark, so I'm not going to be able to get to this evening. But I think I have enough light and enough time to try and repair this leak. I have a sprinkler controller that is on Wi-Fi, so I'm able to run the sprinklers and let's see where the water is coming from. Oh, there it is. Oh man. Oh wow. Looks like it's from this side. This is where the leak is coming from. Wow, it's really bad. And I think I'm gonna need a coupler for that. That's the only way to fix it. So, let me get a light over here and I'll work on it right now. Okay. So, usually these repairs go really fast. Okay, I have this exact spot. Don't know how that happened. Okay, just cut it. I'm going to use some water-based lube on the coupler. I've never tried that before, but I was thinking about it earlier today, and I think that will help for the one I'm going to be doing underground tomorrow. So just put some lube, electric wire lube for fishing wire. So I think it'll work fine because it is water based. And let's get in the other end in there now. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna cut it a little short so that it isn't sticking out. Okay, there we go. All right. Well, the coupler's in. Only one thing left to do. Let's try it out. Let's see if it stopped the leak. There it goes. Oh, I got a leak here now. All right. Okay. Yeah, I just needed to tighten this one a bit. Okay, there we go. So this one is repaired. See about burying it tomorrow. We'll just leave it like that for now. That way nobody steps on it. Now let's take a look at this other one. This one looks like it's bad also. I better fix it right now. Well, this one is interesting because it looks like it broke right below where this connector comes in. Another anchor. Okay, it's got two anchors. There we go. Okay, so a couple things here. Gotta install the coupler, and then I'm gonna have to punch a hole on this side, and so I can install this little drip line right there. Okay, I got what I need. Got a hole puncher. And this is for the drip line. Oops. That's the connector for the drip line. So, but before we do that, let's do the connector first. Again, I'm going to use some water-based lube on both ends. It seems like it helped. Alright, I'm going to start off with this side. What you want to avoid is bending this tube. So, I mean, it requires applied pressure to get it around the tube. Looks like that one's far enough. And now let's do this side. Once it goes in, it doesn't go back out. You can do little increments at a time. And I'm squeezing around because it's right now it got out of shape, you know, laying flat, it gets a little oblong. So I'm kind of like squeezing it to get it back into a round shape. But it looks like it's good there. And now I want to connect this one. So this one right here, punch a hole, and I want to do it right there. That took a lot more effort than I thought it would. Okay, this goes inside the hole. Okay, it's popped in there. All right, it's in there. Oh, a lot of work. A lot of upper body strength. Okay, let's test it. Okay, here we go. Stand back in case that thing starts spraying all over the place. Yeah. Water coming out over here. There we go. Alright, no more leak. Looks like we are good. Okay, so these two are done. That underground one for tomorrow and the one in the front yard.